And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. What's the mic? Okay, just like that. Just like that. 30, what's the mic?
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
You got tight right there.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go. You're not ready. You're not ready. Shift.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. 54. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Cut.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
SOS. Deuce. Undercrush.
On second down now, it's McCoy. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check. 51. Check 24. Rush in. Check 31. Hey, Ripley. Hey, South. Ready. 5-4. Mike's 5-4. We own them. 21. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones, 85 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyler Lockett, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now Ryan on first down. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10.
Watch the edge.
Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Prescott now from the 50. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, first down. Prescott from the gun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as the Ravens push further out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
Mike 14. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Mike 14. Bandit.
Throwing. Prescott. And he's got Lockett. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Prescott, and that is incomplete here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Go. Hey, red plans. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Set the tone, defense.
To throw again, Ryan. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, 59, ready.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All right, T, let's...
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Julio Jones. His 9th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because...
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
First down, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it.
36.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. LaShawn McCoy, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Prescott now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Prescott now. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Prescott yet again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Looking to throw. Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, Haywood. 5-4.
To try again after the sack, Ryan. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Prescott. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And a Raven first down.
Run. Larry. Quick talk.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as the Ravens push further out in front.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score. Ravens 40, Rams 14.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Mike 14. Mike 26.
Now Prescott. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to go back to Allen there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get...
We're going to 54. Wide in. Check your hot read. What do you think?
Now Prescott. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan gets it to his running back, Bernard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Ryan. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Mike's 54.
Hey, Express!
Hey, I'm coming after you.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And he finds Cook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
You don't want none.
To throw again is Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check.
Ryan will throw again. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Ryan. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Hey, we got
Throwing again. Ryan. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Fourth down. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll pitch it back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Good job.
Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
22. 42's the mic. 42's the mic. Come on. You better bring it.
To throw again. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll run it with McCoy. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. T.J. Watt. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. 4. Let's get the ball. Strong right. Strong right. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, but it's going to be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll come out in the pistol. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. picked off by Casey Hayward. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point.
Let's go! Let's go!
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Makes the score Ravens 57, Rams 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Prescott from the gun. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll run it with Jones. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up fourth.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12 at the Rams' 24-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. Throwing here, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.